Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are going to take a few moments just to wait for people to come on to the live so that we can get started for the evening. I am excited, and I hope that you are just as excited as I am. But we are live. We are live, we are live, we are live. Let's see. I'm sending out notifications that we are live right now. We are live. We are live. I hope that you can hear me. Let's see if we can. Teresa, hey sweetheart, how you doing? Everybody, please share this live. Share it. Let me turn my phone down. Share this live with as many people as you can so we can get the algorithm out and we can get people on board and bring them into the session tonight. I am so excited about what is going on here, what's happening, what we're going to be doing tonight. And I'm about to look at these comments in here. Good evening, Teresa. It's so good to see you, my sister. I tell you, we got to talk. It's time for us to have a conversation. I'm looking and waiting for everyone to, if you can share this on Facebook, let everybody know that we are live. We are live. We are live. And we are looking for a wonderful time tonight. In the meantime, I'm going to play this song. I hope that you all can hear this song I'm about to play for you until everyone gets in. Let me know if you can hear it. Let me know if you can hear this song, Teresa. Let me see. Let me know if you can hear this song. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm so excited. Everybody come on in the room. Come on in the room if you are here. I'm thinking about going live on Instagram as well, or Facebook, to let people know that I'm here so that we can get started. Beautiful. I'm glad that you can hear me, sis. I'm so glad you can hear me. We're going to give people time to come in because everybody know we're here. And I know on the East Coast, it is, on the East Coast, it's actually 10 o'clock, I believe it is. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. So I want everybody to like, share, and let everyone know that we're here. Please like so we can get this algorithm up, and let everyone know that we are here. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for tonight. Very excited about what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be talking about. I'm sure you guys are going to love it. So we are looking forward to it. Let me see if I can let me go on Facebook and see if I can get some people in here in the room. Yeah. Let's see. We sent out this notice.
You are fire, you are seed, you are everything the future needs. You are rhythm, you are rise, you are mother's ancient child. You are someone, you are everything the future needs. You are rhythm, you are rise, you are mother's nature. You are fire, you are seed, you are everything the future needs. You are rhythm, you are rise, you are mother's ancient cry. I am the signal, not a warning but a vow. I am the knowing that your time is now. Don't wait for the world to give you the love. I'm in the sleep. It's funny. Don't wait for the world
We are while this song is playing, we are also going to, hopefully the people that I contacted tonight are still up, because they may not be up. They may be asleep. Let me turn this music off. They may be in the bed, because it's late on the East Coast. It's kind of weird being on the West Coast right now, and the time difference and everything. Teresa, let me know if you can see me good, if the video is good, the miking, the audio is good. Let me know in the comment section so that I know you up in here. All right, A Studios, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Can y'all please share the video, share the live. Make sure you let everybody know that we are here and we're ready to get into this conversation. It is 7:06 here on the West Coast. It is, I believe, 9 o'clock on the East Coast. I've only been away from the East Coast for less than a year. Hey, Mike, how you doing, my brother? How are you? So wonderful to have you in here with us. Renessa. Listen, let me tell y'all something. This conversation we're going to have tonight, we got some powerful people in the audience already, and it's just a handful, but we got enough power in here to blow this conversation up. And so what I want to tell you is that if oh good, thank you. Hey Natasha, here we go. Y'all, let's share this live. Please share this live. Let everybody know that we are here. Mama White, I love you so much. I'm so glad you found me. I'm sorry that you had to find me. I should have made it a little more easier. The live that I did on Facebook tonight was to let everyone know that I would be live tonight. And I did put that link into the comment section. So everybody, please just share, and be sure that you are ready, because the conversation we're going to have tonight, I'm going to be calling some of you to come on the stage. And I'm hoping that when you come on the stage that you will have something to say that will add to this conversation, because it's not a conversation that I hear a lot of people talking about. And I think it's going to take off in a certain kind of way, because it's going to have you thinking just a little bit different about who you are, why you are, and where you are. Josie, oh my God. Look at here. Y'all don't understand. Josephine Baker. We go way back, all the way to the early 90s. My sister, I'm so glad to have you in the room, baby girl. It's so nice to have you in the room with us tonight. So I'm asking everybody, please share the video, share and comment, leave your comments. We're looking at the comments live right now so we can see what everyone is saying. Some of you I've talked to, and Natasha, hit up Terrence and hit up IKEA if you can, if they awake. Hit them up, because this conversation is about to be on fire. I'm going to share my screen in a few minutes. But I want y'all to get ready for this conversation. In probably about 5 more minutes, we just going to go right into it with those of you that are in the room with us. Let me hit up my brother. I have one brother that I need to know we are live, because he told me that he will be in here tonight, and I want him to know that we are live. So I'm going to send the link. I'm sending this link out. If you guys can, do what you can to help me get this out. But oh my God, these people in this room, y'all got me so excited. You got me excited about what we're about to talk about tonight. So we had, I know people are going to be coming in and going out right now, and I don't even know if I should go live on Facebook. I feel something stirring inside of me that I should, but I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer to see if we can just get the YouTube room to a place where we can start having this conversation. But Josephine, we go back. I call her Josie. Okay. Josie, we go back, my sister. It is 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying, on the East Coast, but you are here and I appreciate you being here. I know where we've come from. You know where we've come from. Our history go deep. I love you so much. Leslie and Jeremy and I, we talk about you all the time. And so listen, so I'm not going to prolong this. I am not going to prolong this conversation because I know it's late and I want to respect your time. And I want you to know how much I appreciate you coming into the room. But let me share just a little foundation about why I'm having this conversation tonight. 2 weeks ago, I was invited to a conference called The Great Remembering, and Bishop Natasha is in the room tonight, along with Prophet Ikea, who was the host and the author of that conference. And during that conference, we talked about a lot of things, but I was tasked with the conversation of talking about the ancient code that is within us. Where I struggled with this conversation was the within part, because I think we have a lot of conversations about going within, going in. When we talk about within, it's always something internal. And we're always talking about it as if going within is a place to go. And I've always sought that to say, wait a minute, if I'm going within, where am I going? And so this ancient code that we're talking about tonight is supposed to be within us. And so I'm going to share something with you that came into my heart. And I believe it is very dynamic because it's going to change the way we see our history, our ancestors. It's going to change the way we start to leave legacies and the way that we um, see ourselves in this present moment. Because what we do today is going to affect everyone tomorrow, just like what our ancestors did thousands of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago, is affecting us today. And so tonight we're going to be talking about the ancient codes within, but we're going to be talking about it a little bit from the perspective of divine epigenetics. If y'all hear me what I'm saying, type in the comments divine epigenetics, because I don't think we think that we have that. If you understand what I'm saying, divine epigenetics. Now, let me give you a little definition of what epigenetics is. It's talked about from a literal perspective, biological perspective. It's also talked about from a metaphysical, esoteric perspective, where we talk about epigenetics as the inheritance of our characters, inheritance of our trauma and our pain from our ancestors during slavery. We talk about epigenetics from the perspective of our great, 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 great grandparents. And so we go far back, and we talk about how inside of us we have inherited trauma as a Black nation of people. We've inherited trauma from slavery. We talk about so many perspectives of what we have inherited epigenetically. But I want to take you somewhere just a little bit further. But I'm going to talk about just a little bit more, So epigenetics is the molecules that carries genetic instructions for the development and function of living organisms. That's what DNA is. And so how many of you know that DNA cannot be changed? I don't care what they do, you cannot change the codes of DNA. You can't change it. You can't tamper with it. You can study it. They've just got to the point where they can read a DNA strand, but DNA is something that you have. It's encoded in you, and it has the codes of life in it. If you understand what I'm saying, listen to me now. DNA cannot be changed. You carry the codes of life in your DNA. Epigenetically, DNA can be written on, but it cannot be changed. It is fundamental to life. If y'all getting this, and if you feeling the excitement that I'm having right now about this conversation, please talk in the comments. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know that you are following me and that I'm not talking over you, but we're having this conversation. But I have been excited about this. Now, listen to me. DNA. Now, we're going to talk about this. I coined this phrase called the meta literal, right? Meta meaning metaphysical, literal meaning the literal. How many of you know that historically and academically, those two words are almost inadmissible, meaning that they cannot be connected? Because either you are metaphorical or you are literal, right? If you know what I'm talking about, come on and join me in the conversation because we going there tonight. So DNA is fundamental to life. If you can tamper with DNA, you can tamper with life. Come on now. You cannot tamper with DNA. But let me tell you what you can do with DNA. And then this is going to lead us into our conversation. With DNA, you can write on it, you can erase it, you can read it, right? And you can clear it, but you cannot do anything to it at its basic fundamental level. So epigenetically, when they talk about epigenetics, they talk about what was written on our DNA, because what's written on our DNA is how we experience life. We about to go there, right? What is written on our DNA is how we experience life, but it doesn't change the origin, the alignment, and the center of where life is. Oh, we gonna go there tonight. We gonna hit it tonight. We going in there tonight, right? Because I have heard so many people talking about our ancestors, even me. I talk about it all the time. I'm an epigenetic addict at this point in my life, because I'm talking about what we have inherited epigenetically as a people, as individuals, from our families, right? From our nation, whether you're black, whether you're white, I don't care what color you are, you have inherited your experiences because they are written on your DNA. It's not your DNA code. Your DNA is written on, which means that when you get angry a lot of times and you don't know where that anger is coming from, it's because somewhere in your ancestral lineage, you inherited some anger because somebody in your family experienced trauma and anger, right? Somebody in your family, and let's make this kind of simple. Let's go back to slavery, because That's what we hear a lot in the news, right? We always talking about what Black people been through and how we are inheriting this trauma from our ancestors who were in chains, who were beaten, who were raped, who went through so much trauma. We inherited that. What scientists in medicine says that the way we inherit that is because it's written on our DNA and it gives us direction on how to live our life. It gives us direction on how we are to experience life. So when you go through experiences, it's not just what you're going through in the moment, it's what every ancestral inherited person has gone through in your past. Y'all with me? Y'all understand? Are y'all with me? Just tell me you are with me right now. Tell me that right now you are understanding where I'm what I'm talking about. Because we are now in this space where now we're talking about how do we change a race of people? How do we change patriarchy? How do we change matriarchy? How do we change constructs and systems? Because environmentally, we have inherited everything that we are experiencing in this present day right now. It's an inheritance. It's not just what you were born with and experienced. You're carrying your mama's experiences, you're carrying your daddy's experiences, you're carrying your grandma, your great grandma. No, we're gonna go somewhere tonight. We're gonna go deep tonight. So what if there was a epigenetic experience that you were carrying but you have not tapped into yet? What what if there is something written on your DNA that your most ancient ancestor experienced and passed it down to you, but the only way that you can tap into that is you have to first of all understand how epigenetics work, how DNA works. DNA, like I said, can be written on. Why do we write on DNA? Because DNA is like a canvas. That canvas was designed to be written on. It was designed to be drew on. It was designed for you to design pictures. And everything that you design on your DNA is your life, is what you're experiencing in your life. But you're not the only one that wrote on that canvas. Let me share my screen with you just for a second here. So everybody can see this screen, right? You can see, let me know in the comments if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see this screen. And what does it say on this screen? And I'm getting ahead of myself, but one thing about me, I came from being a preacher. I came from a preacher household. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? So sometimes you know how preachers, we if you're a preacher, I'm not a preacher now. I am a transformation specialist because I have moved beyond that construct, but I still carry the weight and energy of that position. So listen to me. If you say that in your life, and every person, I want you, that the people in the comments, I want you to think about this. What are you carrying tonight that you got from your grandma? What are you carrying that you got from your grandpa? I'm not talking about mommy and daddy, because when we talk about DNA epigenetics, we always like to go back. We like to go way back to ancestors, right? We we want to go. We want to skip mom and daddy. We want to talk about grandma, great grandma. We want to talk about. Listen, we can go so far back. We can go back to the mitochondria DNA. Do you not know that you are not carrying just your immediate families writings on your DNA. You're carrying an entire generation, decades of people. You are the result, the reason you live the way you live, think the way you think, and act the way you act is because of what has been written for you to experience before you got here. If you following me, say something in the comments and let me know what you're getting from this. Yes, Teresa, me too. We came from preacher's household. And I can tell you one thing. I was having a conversation with my sister today. There's some mess in the preacher's house. There's some going ons in the preacher's house. This ain't just your mom and your daddy and your grandma. This is all the experience. This is environmental as well. I promise you, stick with me. We are going somewhere tonight. And when we get there, when we finally arrive at this place, I want you to feel so connected to the fundamental grounding of your DNA that you will become so inquisitive about who you are before any and everything touched your DNA. This is good. This has got me stirred up. If it's helping you, then just let me know that it's helping you, because I like to have feedback. But one of the things that I think needs to be understood, and this is another part of the foundation, is that consciousness, listen, consciousness is the DNA of God. Let me tell you why we can meta literally, and you know I gave you this definition earlier, and I want you to think about meta literal. I want you to think about this to the point where it gets deep down into your soul. Tonight, I want you to know I am writing on your DNA, and I am erasing some things from your DNA. And I am clearing some things from your DNA, and I am reading some things from your DNA. If there was an epigenetics in this comment, in this group tonight, and in this comment section, and in this live, I promise you, they would tell you exactly what is happening to you tonight. Now, you think about this. When you wake up tomorrow, and have you ever thought, let me not jump too quick. Have you ever wondered where thoughts come from in your head that ain't yours? Like, where did that thought come from? It just came out of nowhere. How did I think of that when it's not something that I would do, something I experience, or something I am even interested in? Because epigenetics is the reality of how we experience life. Why is it a reality? Because every person in every environment that you come in contact with writes on your canvas. Now, I want you to know that the way I see us, I do not see us as embodied beings. I see us beyond embodiment. And I see embodiment as the way that we are able to touch the reality of this material world, but it is not who we are. And that has to be understood for us to make it to the end of this conversation. If you don't understand who you are beyond your body, this conversation may not be as effective to you as it needs to be or could be. So on the screen, you see Imago Dei. What does Imago Dei mean? Anybody in the comment section, just write in the comment section if you know what Imago Dei is. Let me give you a minute. If you know what Imago Dei is, just put it in the comment section. If you want to look it up, you can do that too. I don't mind you doing that. I'm not here to make you think that, this is a trick question. But Imago Dei is simply the divine within. Okay, the screen is too small for you to view. Wait, let me try something else. How about that? Ruben, can you see that, my brother? Ruben. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I just want everybody to know I love my brother. That's my brother. Imago Dei means the image of God. Natasha, you got it. It means the divine within. And it also means that you carry something that makes you Imago Dei. You can literally use Imago Dei as your last name. Use that as your last name. Now let's move past this. And I want to show something else. The reason why we experience so much pain in our life and trauma, and we go through spiritual practices. I understand, Ruben. I definitely understand. So just close your eyes, my brother, and listen to my voice, as they say. Just listen to my voice, and I know you're gonna get it, but I got you. You're in my heart. But listen, I'm trying to fix this light that I got going on here because it's kind of like in the way. And in order for me to look good on screen, I need some light because I'm old. So let's look at something real quick. Let's look at what you have inherited epigenetically. And then we're going to talk about how important it is for you to understand something else about epigenetics that you may not necessarily think about right now. So there is fatigue that sets in not after a hard day, but after a hard decade. How many of you have prayed, you have meditated, you have analyzed your childhood, and you have optimized every habit that you can? You have tried, you have fasted, you have given up treating people badly. You are in a space where you are trying your best to not allow certain types of behavior to come through your body. You ever walk past somebody and you don't know why a certain feeling rises up inside of you, right? But you may have never met them, but something rises up inside of you and you're like, I don't know why. And a lot of times we associate this with past life experiences. Oh, maybe I met them in a past life somewhere. Maybe they were, in another life or in another dimension. Y'all know how we like to externalize things and make it deep, right? You know how we love to go into these. Let me put myself back on the screen because I want you to see my face. You know how we like to externalize things and we like to talk about, where we came from. We like to talk about all the dimensions, right? We in the fifth, we in the fourth, we in the third. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what dimension we in now as a collective, because we got 12, we got 13, we got 5, we got 3. But how important is that if you don't know who you are? I don't care what dimension you go into. Because one of the things about it we know is that wherever we go, we carry what we are right now with us. You can't go into another dimension and think that you're not going to have no problems. You just going to have that dimension's problems. You just don't have the problems that you have in here, right? So there is this thing inside of us. It's the difference between relief, the pressure of letting up, and resolution, the thing finally being over. How many of you carrying so much weight on your shoulders? I'm talking about what you've been through, what your mama and your daddy been through. You are carrying the weight of generations of families. Me and my baby sister was talking today. We were talking about how each one of us, I came from a family of 9 children. Actually, my daddy was a Rolling Stone, so there was 14 of us. Between my mother and father, there was 9 of us, and I'm the 7th child. Well, I did not experience in the household the same thing that my siblings above me experienced, right? So they have a different perspective on what the family is or what it looks like or where the family was. How many of you went through that same thing in your family? How many of you have ever met your grandmother or your grandfather? And if you haven't, you did something and somebody said, "You act just like grandma. You act just like grandpa." Come on, talk to me in the comment section because I'm about to bring some people on because I want to have a little dialogue. Um, so so tell me if somewhere in your life you picked up some of the experiences from your ancestors and somebody said, "You know what, you remind me of Aunt Mary, you remind me of Uncle Peter. He used to act just like that." Well, you ain't never met Uncle Peter, right? So how did you start acting like Uncle Peter? Ain't nobody give you no Uncle Peter training, right? Ain't nobody gave you grandma training. Nobody gave you great aunties training. Nobody gave you your fourth, fifth, sixth, and third grandma and grandpa's training. But somebody said, "You remind me of, and you act like, and you talk like." Why? Because that is written on your DNA. And the only way that you cannot act that way is you have to change how you act, but you got to change your experiences. Now let's go into something a little deeper. Let me go to another slide over here. See if I can go to a slide. Now look at this. Look at this slide. I know it's small for some of you. Let me see if I can put this back up on the board. Back on the stage and see if that'll help. Can you hear me? Let me check my mic. Hold up a second. If you can hear me, let me know. Can't. What happened? Mic settings. Uh, Let me get the right. Loud and clear. Let me see if I use my desktop. Can y'all hear me now with the microphone? Without the microphone? Can you hear me on the desktop? Give me a couple more yeses. Let me know you can hear me. Just a few more. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, let me move on because you know what? If I was back in the day where I was back in the church, I would say the devil is a liar. I just had to throw that. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Ruben, Natasha, Terrence, Teresa, um, Vel Maruth. Um, Thank you all so much. Listen, let me get back to this because I want to bring some of y'all on in a few minutes. Yes, right, Vanessa. Spirit knows what's emerging through. So listen. So we talked about the section up here on religion, right? But then because religion was not able to actually help us in this area where we're struggling, we turned to therapy, right? We said therapy kind of gives us language for patterns and traces the nervous system and the history. How many of you know you went to a mental health therapist if you ever went to one? Because I went to one. I don't, I have a degree in a master's in psychology. I believe in professional help. If you crazy, get some help. That's just gonna let's just say it like that. And I have been crazy. So we go to get help because we're trying to find out historically why we act in the way we act. Why are we behaving this way? What is causing us to not have good experiences, right? So we go to the psychiatrist or the psychologist and they tell us, it's something that you've been through and you need to really deal with it. Let's try to dig a little deep. The digging they're doing is they're digging into your DNA. They're trying to get past all the stuff that was written there. They're trying to get past what was written, right? They're reading it, but they're not reading it intentionally because what they're doing is they're doing this on the surface. They're surfacing, they're doing surface work. Nobody's going deep into us now. Nobody's going deep into our DNA. Nobody's going deep into our psychology, our cognition. Everything that you experience or every place that you go to get help is because of an experience that you're having. It's not because of you. If you agree with me, just write the word experience in the comment section. It's not about you. It's an experience you're having. Right? So you go get help because you're having an experience. And a lot of times you don't know why you're having that experience. And a lot of times you feel bound by that experience. A lot of times you feel like that experience is happening to you and you are hopeless. You have no way of helping yourself. Right? Well, let me just say this. You've been through a lot of self-help programs, right? and you've been through life coaching, you've been through transformation coaching, you've been you've been through places where your energy has been shifted. We go through a lot of things trying to get rid of crap, right? Now we're even taking medicine. Let me tell y'all something. Let me be real with y'all. I went to Arizona. And I knew, because I read life experiences and I know how to map them and I can tell you what's going on with you. And I mapped the experience that I would have once I got here to Arizona. I knew when I was in Maryland that Maryland carried a very ancestral energy, which means that in Maryland, everything is about family, everything is about connection, it's about relationship. And on the East Coast, here in Arizona, the energetic grid is about it's about grounding. It's about everything that you think. Now you got to live it. You can't just talk about it, because there's an energy field here that says, listen, you got to live what you believe. So as soon as I got here, I thought I was going to, like, hook up with people. Me and Vanessa been talking. Me and LaDonna have been talking. I met so many people here in Arizona, and we're like, oh, we got to hook up. Well, a month after I got here, I fell and broke my leg, and I've been down for 9 months. Why? Because I needed to ground everything I knew, and I needed to make sure that that thing was a part of who I was and not just something I was talking about. So how many of us, we talk the good talk about spirituality, but when it comes down to actually experiencing what we're talking about, we have to get through our epigenetic inheritance. So some of us are on medicine. Listen, there are times I'm sitting in this house and I have complete anxiety attacks. Anybody else in the comment section have anxiety attacks? As deep as I am, and I know I'm deep, right? I know what I'm talking about. But it doesn't stop me from having these experiences that I don't know where they came from. I don't know why I have anxiety attacks. I don't. And you know what? To be honest with you, I really don't care. I'm trying to just deal with having these anxiety attacks. It took me almost 5 minutes to push the live button on Facebook, because I've never really gone live on Facebook the way I did tonight. And I sat here with my finger on the button telling Dorothy, push the button. What is wrong with you? So if you understand what I'm saying to you tonight, I want you to know something. Remember, I told you in the beginning of this conversation, and it's so much, I think I'm gonna kind of like rush through it, and then I want somebody in the comment section that wants to come on here and have this conversation. I can give you the invite, and you can join me on this stage. But what if I was to tell you that you talk about every inheritance epigenetically that you get besides your divine inheritance? You say you're divine, right? I say I'm divine. We all say that we're divine, right? But you never hear us talking about what we inherited from the divine. We always talk about what we inherited from our grandma, what our grandfather. But if your DNA cannot be destroyed from the perspective of it cannot be changed, it can only be written on, which means that people can have experiences that write on your DNA, right? People can, there are things that you can go through that will help you erase some of those things once you know that you have the power to do that. And then there are the ways that you can actually not just write and read, but you can erase things that are written on your DNA. And this is on your DNA. This is physically, epigenetically written in your life energy. So somebody please tell me how we have for generations talked about that we are divine, and I don't hear anybody talking about what they inherited from their divine nature. Grandma, oh yeah, grandma, listen, grandma is all that in a bag of chips, right? It's like, what did I get from grandma? What I act like grandma? Me act like grandma? Oh, we get so excited about what we inherited. But I want to start hearing some conversations about that fundamental DNA that we have all inherited, and that it is a part of every living being on this planet. It cannot be touched, cannot be tampered with. It is encoded with life. It is one of the most sacred ancient codes that is within you. If you following me, if you with me, talk to me about it. Tell me why it is that you can always talk about inheriting this from grandma, inheriting that from grandpa, but I ain't hear nobody talking about what they inherit from the divine. Because we do epigenetically inherit from the divine, because that's how we have been designed. This ain't spiritual and this ain't religious. This ain't esoteric. This is facts. You were designed to inherit the experiences of your previous progenitors and your previous ancestors. But we don't never talk about what we inherited from the divine. And we go far back. We go so far back, man. We all the way back there in Egypt. we talking about what we got from Egypt. We talking about what we got from the Mayans. We talking about what we got from Atlantis. We even, listen. We even talk to our ancestors. Y'all, I got on lashes. Do y'all see my lashes? I don't wear lashes, but my sister said, girl, put some lashes on. So they getting on my nerves right now. But listen to me. You know why we don't talk about what we have inherited from our divine nature? Because we have not cleared the DNA. Remember, I told you there's a process you can go through where you can clear your DNA. And then there was a conversation that I shared with you on Facebook where I told you that you have never heard your own soul, not the pure voice of your own soul. Because when you were born into this world, your soul was already written on. You were already told about your soul. So my question to you is, if you are carrying one of the most ancient codes in your biology, that is a fundamental foundation for what keeps you alive, why is it that we can't tap into the epigenetics of God, of what we inherited from God? Because we don't listen to it. We listen to everybody telling us, but we don't listen. We don't take those moments to be silent, to listen to what is being told to us about who we are. So we are living through infinite consciousness. Woo! Listen, you know how we talk about fields of consciousness, and we always say, now I'm going to show you a little bit of something where I'm going to show you where some of that divine DNA is trying to come through in this generation. You know how we always talking about, I'm getting a download, or I'm getting a transmission, or my ancestors are speaking to me, or my spiritual guides are speaking to me. How do you know that that's not the divine epigenetics that you inherited from God? How do you not know that what you are hearing is coming from the codes of your own DNA. I'm ready for somebody to come on here now. Who's ready to come on? Who's feeling in like they in the hot seat? Let me know if you in the hot seat. Let me invite some people on here. Let me put an invite in the comment section. Y'all let me know if y'all see that invite. If you see that invite, I want you to come on here and share some things with me about what you're hearing tonight. Now, look, I want you to look at this. I'm going to show you something while let's see if someone comes in the room. But I want to show you something. Let me get this back on the share my screen again because my screen went away. Y'all see this? Y'all see these blocks? And on the very bottom, there's a gold block. And it has sacred geometry on it. Do y'all see that? Let me know if you see that. But if you look on the top of it, there's different types of layers. If you see that, let me know. If you see that, let me know. Let me know if you see that that image. Yes. Thank you, Natasha. One of the things, do you know science tells us we never touch anything? Science tells us that whatever we think, we never even touch each other's hands. It tells us that we don't really touch things. We actually are energy beings, and when I reach out to touch somebody, then what makes me feel like I'm touching them is the power of energy. It gives us this feeling of matter, of solidity. How many of you have heard that before? I want you to look at these layers, and each of these layers have been laid on top of you. Civilization, collective, biologically, these are original things that you have when you were born into this world. From the first human being that was born into this life, born into embodiment, there started to be writings that was happening on top of the DNA. But the DNA is what sits on the foundation, and it's never changed. It's never changed. Your DNA will never change. Your divine nature cannot be touched. You have no excuse. It cannot be touched. It can't be changed. Everybody's out here talking about, oh my God, they're giving us these shots and it's changing our DNA and it's doing this mRNA. It's I heard somebody literally get on a live and say that those shots that we took during the pandemic was going to turn some of us into monkeys. It was going to turn some of us into demons, and they had all kinds of what? Listen to me. Your DNA cannot be changed. Nobody can change your DNA. It is fundamentally locked. It is the most divine ancient code that you are made of. You got to stop looking in pyramids, in ancient sites, in archaeology, looking in ancient books for what you are. You cannot continue to look into these places to find out who you are. You are the most ancient code that was ever brought into existence. It was you. It's your DNA that's written on. It's encoded. And every scientist and doctor and some of the smartest people in the world are trying to break the code of DNA. You can't break it. Because when you try to tap into that place, you messing with the divine right there. Woo! Yes, Reuben. No, ye not that ye are gods. You are messing with the divine code. Yes, I'm live, unique lady. Is that Emma? Woo! Y'all, that's my girl right there. I don't care. That's my girl right there. I'm telling you, I love her so much. But you are divine. Your code cannot be changed. I don't care what you go through. Some of you have been in my lives. Some of you have been in the Zoom room with me, and I have tried to say this, and I'm so grateful that it's being given to me clearer and clearer every time. Do you not know? I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. I don't care how nice you are, how mean you are. I don't care if you're a thief. I don't care if you're the most honest person on the planet. That does not make you divine. That's not what makes you divine. What makes you divine? Oh, this is Gwen. Gwen, my sister. I love you. What makes you divine is written in your DNA, and it's sacred, it's protected, it's guarded, and it's coded. Now, some of y'all may say, oh, this is biology. I have learned that God, and I say God because most of us, we think about God, right? But let me use God tonight. And hopefully that you will be able to fit that word into the definition that most resonates with you on what God is. But I don't like that term. I don't like the term God because it externalizes God. It puts God in a position outside of you. But you are the divine walking around, and you will never not be that because the code of who you are is written in your DNA. Hello, Sam. How you doing? I'm so glad. Dorothy Inez, my girl. I need to talk to you just to hear your voice. You cannot get past this. I don't care what you experience, what you think, what you feel. You are the divine embodied, and the divine protected its own self by encoding in you so that you could not be tampered with at your most fundamental level. What am I saying? What I'm saying to you is that you carry two layers of yourself. Ah, my God. You carry the Imago Dei, and you carry the molecules, the DNA. So if that is true, if you are the Imago Dei, then why is it that you cannot find your way out of the situations that you are in? Why is it that you feel like you are locked into your ancestry? You are locked into how grandma did it. You locked into the fact that, oh, my family is religious and spiritual, and so I got to be that way. You carry traditions written in your DNA, but it is not who you are. You are not those things. Who you are is encoded and is even hidden from you, because if you knew what the code was, But really, if we really understood how important this ancient code is, nothing we go through will be able to hold us down. I ain't talking about walking on water. I don't care about doing miracles. I don't care about walking on water. I don't care about, let me be real honest with you. I don't care about love. I don't care about healing. I don't care about right and wrong. You know what I care about? How do I tap into my divine nature so that I can get rid of all of the crap that has been written on my DNA? All of the stuff that has been written on me. And some of it was written out of love, but it caused pain. Some of it was written out of intention to cause harm and trauma. I stopped telling people I want to feel love. I don't want love. I want peace. I want calm. I want to be balanced. I want to tap into my origin. I want to go home. I want to be home. I want to be original. I want to be myself, who I am at creation, who I have been designed to be. I don't care about all the other stuff. If 15 aliens dropped out the sky tonight, it wouldn't change my ideas about who I am. It will enhance them, as a matter of fact. Because I know that life at its most ancient source is not any of the things that came after that. Y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Am I going too far off in the deep? Let me tell you something about love, because see, we've attached love to God. I'm going to detach it tonight, if you don't mind. We've attached love to God, and it made it very easy for us to harm people and traumatize people and wound people out of love. I did this because I love you. Remember your mom and my mom? Well, let me talk about my mom and my daddy. I used to get a beating, right? And my mama would always say, I beat you because I love you. And I'm like, well, I don't need that kind of love. I ain't trying to have no beatings going on in here, right? Well, all of my life, I'm going to be real tonight. All of my life, I have looked for everything that love says it should be. And it hasn't panned out as such. I have gone to church and I have given my life to Christ, and I have got on my knees and I've cried and I begged and snotted and spoken tongues. I have been married twice, looking for love, been in friendships that were strong and then suddenly broken, looking for love, right? And when love came, it had conditions. You can only feel love through external. It has to come from something external outside of you. But I had an experience when I was deeply ill to the point where John Hopkins didn't know what was going on with me. University of Maryland didn't know what was going on with me. I was having pseudo seizures. I couldn't think. I was having issues where my body movement, I was having movements in my body where I was twitching, and I was having all kinds of blood pressures which shoot sky high. This went on for years. And one night, my husband had been separated, but this night I laid in the bed and I was just tired. I said, I'm just tired. I'm tired of trying to find God. I'm tired of trying to find love. I'm tired of just trying to do everything right. My body is worn and I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to give up. And that night, and this wasn't the first time I experienced this thing in my body, but what I experienced that night was a culmination of years of trauma. So that night I'm laying in the bed. My husband and I, we separated, living in two different homes. But during this moment where I was sick, he came to care for me. And I'm laying in the bed, I'm laying in his arms, and I'm shaking, literally. I'm suffering with severe tinnitus to the point where my body is vibrating. And that night I laid in the bed and I turned this loud music on. You know how anybody ever suffer with tinnitus, you know, you could turn on these sounds like water sounds and fire sounds, and that kind of helps balance it out a little bit. This night, nothing. Headaches were so bad. I would be on my knees. I was taking pills. And listen, y'all don't know what I've been through. I'm talking about something I experienced. I'm not talking about what I was taught. And that night I laid down in the bed and I was shaking so bad that I literally vibrated out of my body. When I realized I was out of my body, and I put this up on Facebook, and I'm asking you, if I put something up on Facebook, I'm trying to give a message. I might not give it, you know, I know people don't always like and comment on everything we put up, but there's always a reason behind what I do. And when I came out of my body, I was laying in the arms of feathers, completely covered in feathers. And that night, I didn't feel love. I didn't feel God. I felt the most calm and peace that I have ever felt in my entire life. It was so calming, so peaceful. It was like whatever I was laying in, I found out later that it was swan dove. It was swan feathers, you know, wings that I was laying in. It was a big, bright white swan that I was laying in. And that swan covered me. And I felt so much peace. I didn't feel love. I felt peace. It was calm. And I knew that night that I tapped into something that I had never, ever tapped into in my life. I got here to Arizona. It's almost 20 years later. Got here to Arizona, went to Sedona, went to Red Rock Mountain. And when I got home, that same exact calm and peace, I carried it for a week. I knew that at some point, what I had been dealing with is not a lack of love, it's a lack of peace. It's a lack of calmness. We are all looking for to be at peace. We're in chaos. We're at war. Everything is trauma. Everything is asking something from us. We trying to pay bills. We trying to take care of families. We trying to make sure we love everybody. But we need peace. The only way to get peace, and I want you to look at this, I'm going to show you this again. The only way to get peace is you've got to go down so deep inside of yourself until you get past everything that was written on you and written about you, until you are at the foundational, fundamental level of your DNA. This is I'm not here to give you another what is it? Another exciting idea. I don't want to give you another exciting topic, another thing that you can go to and say, woo, this is great. No, I am really trying to give you something tangible to help you move through every construct. This is not about deconstruction. This is not about decolonizing. This is about going down deep into de-experiencing. You got to break some of the experiences that you're having. And if you don't break those experiences, you will not be able to experience your divine self to the point that you could change how you live. Everything that they tell me about who I'm supposed to be, I already am. Do you believe that? You are already divine. I cannot stop saying this. I don't know how to tell you anything else. You are already divine. You're not trying to get there. You're not trying to be it. No preacher can put it in you, can't lay hands on you. You can't speak in tongues to get it. You can't get no quickening to get it. You can't go to no esoteric mountain in the high lands of India to get this. You can't go to no initiations and sacred schools to get this, because the divine made sure that it was yours personally for you. And nobody can give that to you but you. So we've been on this false journey. What is that? What journey are we on? What new journey are you on today? Where are you trying to get to today? That's really my question, is what are you looking for today? What else can you get? I'm 66 years old. I'm tired. I'm tired of chasing life, tired of chasing spirituality, tired of chasing religion, tired of chasing consciousness, tired of chasing awakenings. I want my core. I love my mama. I love my daddy. I love my sisters and brothers. But there is a part of me that I want to touch that I have not yet touched. It's in me. I know it's there. How many of you know that there's a part of you that you haven't touched, and you're doing everything you can to find out what is this thing? What is it in me? What is stirring me? Do you not know I've coined this phrase called human trauma? It's called human trauma syndrome, right? Where we are experiencing, it's just like PTSD, but it's HTSD. Because we are embodied, we are divine embodied. And because of that, we're going through this human trauma experience, and it's causing us to have not PhD, HTSD. I'm tired of being in the body. I want to let my wings out. I know inside of me I'm fire. I know inside of me I am pure light. I know inside of me, at my core, I am not what I have been experiencing as an embodied being. I'm more than that. And so are you. And tonight, that's my mandate. My mandate is tell people who they are, and they can either accept that or move on to the next best message that you can get about yourself. But what does not matter is, no matter where you go, you still looking for you. I don't care whose voice you listen to, what live you join, you are still looking for you. You're still looking to find out what is in your core. You need to be the archaeologist of your own divine nature. Nobody else got no business digging inside of you to find out who you are. You have the keys, you have the tools. You are more than what you are experiencing. Experiences are only here to help guide you and to help try to guide you towards your center. You're just not having random experiences. They have been designed for you. Everything you've gone through has been designed to get you to come back to your center. And why is that? Because when you get back to your center, that DNA code that is in you is going to awaken. Sometimes, when you hear people saying, oh, they mapped the DNA strand, they say some of it is junk. Well, now they're saying, oh, it's not junk, it's alien. And then some are saying, oh, it's not alien or junk, it's another human species that you mingled with. Do y'all see how we are going in cycles? It's cycles. It's cycles. Let me see if there's something that I missed. Because I just jumped all over the place. I couldn't help it. So look at this real quick. Let me show you. I'm going to give you a little bit of power tonight. Your DNA is so written on and so oversaturated. You think about, they say that every person that goes back to the mitochondria DNA comes through a female line that has never been broken. Imagine that. That means every female that lived from the inception of the mitochondria, the very first woman, the oldest fossil they found on the planet, the female from that line has never, ever been broken. Now, they say that there were other women or mitochondrias that lived during that time, but their line was broken. So if your DNA goes all the way back to the mitochondria DNA, then that means that you are carrying inside of you a code that has never been broken. Why do you think you're alive today? Because you have now the keys in your hand that your ancestors didn't have to actually break some of these epigenetic inherited experiences that we're having. The first thing you can do to help change how you experience things is you've got to be aware of what you're experiencing. You cannot get involved in it to the point where you make it you. You've got to learn to pay attention to what you're experiencing. Start reading it. Start asking questions. Why am I experiencing this? Why am I going through this? What is this for? Where did this come from? What is the point of this experience? That's reading it. Then you have the ability to write on it. You can take that experience, and by writing on it, you can decide how you want to experience it. Do I want it to have it the way it came to me? Do I have the ability to change the way I'm experiencing this and how I'm seeing this thing? Do I have the ability to add some things to this experience to make it better for me? Or do I just allow the experience to be what it's going to be and I become subjected to it? That's the writing part. Now let's talk about the erasing part. When you have an experience, you have the ability to erase it. You don't have to go through it. You don't have to accept what it brings to you. You don't have to bow to it. I don't care if it came from your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your great-grandma, if it came from your pastor, if it came from your therapist, if it came from the president of the United States, who's crazy as a bedbug. I don't care if it came from one of your great ancestors. Listen, you have the ability to erase any experience that does not align with your frequency at the moment that that experience arrives at you. That's how you start erasing. Now, how do you clear out your DNA? You got to start grounding yourself. Grounding to me has a lot to do with grinding. You've got to grind so deep inside of you until you start to reach your foundation. because this is why I say many of us have never heard our own soul's voice. We've never heard the energy and frequency of our own soul because we are carrying generations of stuff in our life. Businesses. Why can't we get our businesses going? Because something about business is triggering us from our past. Somebody in our past did something in business, and we're experiencing that today. And we can't get the business off the road, off the floor. Some of us, like for me, for instance, I came from a family of intelligent people. Intelligent people. My dad had PhDs. He had every alphabet there was. Not only that, he was a honorary 33rd degree Mason. He went all the way up to 32, and then he was an honorary. All of my grandparents, all of them had all of this secret knowledge. My dad told me before he died, he said, daughter, he said, there's a level of knowledge you get to in these secret societies where it's no longer about initiation. You have to buy the knowledge. That's how deep it goes. You have to buy it. And I said, well, Dad, did you buy it? He said, yes, I did. I bought it. Why? Because we want to know so much. Well, I think we got enough knowledge that now it's time for us to start clearing away some of the debris. And as we clear it away, if you look at this picture, you see in this circle, this gold, this sacred geometric symbol right here is a sign of your pure DNA that has never been touched. It cannot be touched because it was designed to be the foundation of your life. And it's there waiting for you to tap back into it. So we know that we can read, we can write, we can erase. Well, now what I want to ask you is, are you willing to clear it? Are you ready to clear it? Are you ready to get rid of it? Every day of my life, I'm getting rid of stuff. I'm getting rid of everything. I don't care what it is. Love, peace, joy, happiness, right, wrong, bad, good, ugly, pretty. I'm challenging everything because at my core, I feel something inside of me. I can feel the divine nature rising up in me, and it's pushing things to the surface. I'm not fighting that. I'm not fighting it because there's nothing I have that is more precious than my authentic self. There's nothing more precious than my divine foundation, which is the code that was written in my DNA before the first experience ever hit it. Why is it that we keep landing in spaces that eventually we got to give up? Stop landing. Stop giving in. Stop accepting everything. Let go. Feel free to be original. You were designed to be original. You weren't designed to be like everybody else. The divine wanted to experience itself through you, through a unique experience. If it wanted to be like a twin, if it wanted to experience the same thing, it wouldn't have made so many of us. So your experience is unique. Who you are is unique. And you have the same code as every other person. It's not something you have to buy. Remember in the scripture, there was a parable where they talked about the rich man or the man who found a prize in the field, right? And he didn't go digging for the prize. He was like, no, let that stay there. Leave that right there. I'm going by the whole field. Because if that's in the field, that field is important. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If the divine code, if the divine original DNA message is inside of you, you've got to buy the whole field, the body, the soul, and the spirit of who you are. You got to begin to start designing your experiences around who you are, not everybody else. This is the message I wanted to get to you tonight. This is what was burning in my soul, and I'm still on fire about it, but I know I got to let it go. So I'm going to say this one last thing to you. Science found out that every baby that is born on the planet is born with a clean slate until they go through the mother's womb. Once they go through the mother's womb, they pick up codes and experiences, and the languages of DNA is written on that child and then reinforced through constructs, social constructs. So they say we come here with a clean slate, but we don't come out with one. So now what I'm telling you is I'm showing you that you have a clean slate you can tap into. Don't let everything twist you about, every wind away a doctrine, as they say. Don't let everything turn you around. Yes, there are times I feel like giving up. Yes, there are times where I'm like, I'm tired of this life. Yes, there are times where I'm mad at people and I will cuss you out. Yes, that don't stop me from having the divine spark in my life. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You don't have to do anything to be who you actually are at your foundational level. Any doing that you're doing, it's only because you're trying to clear the field, not redesign it, not put anything in it, and you're not trying to be something you're not. Everything you do is to clear the field. That's it. Religion should help you clear the field, not tell you something wrong with the field. Psychologists and therapists, if they were designed, if they're designed, their methodology was designed to help you understand who you are at your core, they would be helping you clear the field, not telling you to dig into it, and you need to forgive somebody, and you need to do this, and you need you need to take this medicine because these you talking is 15 people inside your head. You got schizophrenia. We all got schizophrenia. Every one of us got schizophrenia because every one of us hear voices. We hearing voices from ancestors we ain't never met. We hearing voices from dimensions we ain't never been to. Why? Because we all live in the same conscious field. What you have to do is get control of it to the point where you become sovereign and not let everything you hear and experience tell you who you are. Now, I'm telling you who you are based on who I think I am. Now, you have to decide if you agree with that analogy or not. But whatever you do and whatever you think of yourself, make sure is what you think, make sure is what you know, make sure is who you are at your core. Anybody, I ain't got nobody that said they want to come up here, so I guess I'm on my own tonight. I just wanted one more voice up here. I put the link in the comments if anybody want to join me on here before we get ready to go. We've only been on here an hour, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to come up and say something because I don't just want it to be about me. I want to know if there's anybody that want to come up here, tell me what you got from this, tell me, if it's something that you want to add or you understand now, if it's something that brought clarity or if it's something you're still confused about, you got a question, put your question in a comment. We're going to do maybe like 15 minutes of questions. If you have any, I'll be more than glad to answer those questions. I see Dr. Lee in the group. Bianca, hey, sweetheart, I'm just so happy to have you in here. I appreciate you, your voice, and everything that you're bringing to humanity. And I just appreciate you. And I'm hoping and waiting for the day that we get up on one of these stages together and just have a conversation. So I'm looking forward to that. So if there's anybody who want to join me, please let me know. You are welcome to come up here. Um, uh, yes. Oh my God. Natasha Lee. Thank you, sweetheart, so much for joining us. I appreciate you. I owe you a session. I know that already. Um, I owe you. Oh, hold up. We're gonna add Dr. Bianca to the stage. Sweetheart, are you? Let me see. Let me get this. How do I get this so I can see you? Let me remove this window.
Can you hear me?
And yes, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome,
Can
awesome.
you?
So I can see you. I have the camera off because I am bedtime ready. Okay.
I understand. Can y'all hear her in the comment section? Can you hear Dr. B? Dr. Lee, can you hear her? If you can hear her, just say yes. Just 3 people say yes and let me know that you can hear her, because I want what she's got to say to be heard. Go ahead, sis.
Okay, first off, I want to thank you for this. This has been amazing. I've heard a good bit because I've been on calls and things like that. I'm just back in the country as of yesterday.
Okay.
So, of course, I
Okay.
was hit with a bunch of emails and calls. So, I'm grateful to be in this space. It is
Yes.
the let me say this to everyone, including
Yes.
Dr. Dorothy here.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so blessed
Uh-oh.
and
What
oh,
happened?
can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, I said I'm so blessed to have encountered yourself as well as so many others
Yes.
who are operating in your authenticity and the very gifting that you came here to share. Right, I'm
Thank you.
grateful for that. I
Yes.
will say to everyone, the time is now. Right, the time is
Yes.
now for us to return. Like you said, this is no new thing, right? This is
Right.
who we've always been from the origins of our being. This is who we are. This
Yes.
is our truth. This is our original DNA before we took
Yes.
on the human experience of the DNA. And the reason that we took on the human DNA, aka our mama side, our daddy
Yeah,
side,
right.
all of the other sides, and mama and them, we took on
Right.
all of those things is because in that DNA and bloodline there is assignment, right? There's
Mm.
assignment, there's purpose, there are tasks, there is medicine that you have that line needs, and it takes you returning to your core,
Yes.
releasing and derobing from the labels and the stigmas and categories and all of the things that we, for some reason, this human existence, they love a label, they love a category, they love a box to
Yes.
check, they love all of the things. All
Yes.
we who we truly are, our original clean slate, knows no labels. We are all okay.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
to return back to, we have to return back to the allness of who we are
Yes.
in order to
Yes.
complete the things, the items, the line items that we came here to do. And so
Yes.
it is imperative, it is so imperative, people, that we return to our original
Yeah.
score, our
Yeah.
original um coding, who we
Yeah.
truly are. Even in, there's a scripture in the Bible that states that Christ stated, the
Mhm.
things that I do show you do also,
You're
and
right.
greater
Great.
works shall you
Yes.
do, because I'm about to go, I'm leaving here, right? So he came,
Mhm.
as did others. There are other Christ entities that came and walked this earth to
Yeah.
remind us of our original coding,
Yes.
to tell us, to show us, and to remind
Mhm.
us to
Re
remember,
Yes.
return, regather your members, your
Yes.
pieces, your parts that this society has so caused us to forget and to take
Yes.
on new identities. No, 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 no,
Yes.
no, no. Return to who you are and live from that isness in this now
Yes.
entity. Period, point blank.
Yes.
Right? We've never been
Yes.
without. We've
Right.
never needed anything. We've always had our full artillery. Okay. We've had it
Mm,
all. We've been complete. You are an infinite entity. You are an infinite being. You are
mm.
full and complete of finished work, even as of now. And so, with that knowing, right? Not a belief, not a wish, not a prayer. With that
Come
knowing,
on.
we stand in who we are in this iteration. It's the iteration of Dr. Bianca that I am
Yeah.
operating in to do the things of my infinite oneness and my infinite self.
Yes.
Like you said, we are creator
Mm-hmm.
experiencing itself as my iteration, right?
Yes. Yes.
That does not
Exactly.
mean that I stop creating as the creator.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just because
Exactly.
I'm living this existence as Dr. Bianca V. Lee, I get to have the identity of Dr. Bianca V. Lee. It doesn't take
Right.
away my original task, which is to create and do the
Right.
things of a creator.
Right.
Okay?
Yes. Yes. And you're supposed to enjoy being Bianca
That's it.
because you are the divine as Bianca.
Yeah,
And if you can't enjoy being Bianca, something's wrong with that.
that's it. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Since
That's it.
something is wrong with the fact that we're not comfortable with our sovereignty and with our originality.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I enjoy all of the experiences that this iteration as Bianca has given me, is
Uh-huh.
delivering and showing, because it's through this iteration that I get to be the medicine, and I get to receive the medicine, and I get to
Right.
do the talking and the helping. What I say often is, we're all here, no matter what your title, your purpose, your things, or whatever are. We are holding each other's hand, walking each other back to our most sacred divine coding.
Exactly.
That's all we're
Exactly.
here to do, is to
That's
ignite
it.
each other's life and to cause each other to remember who we are.
And you know, let me add something to that, Dr. Lee, because I think that one of the things that we need to add on top of that, like the icing on the cake,
Mm-hmm.
is that the divine is the only one concerned about you being here.
Yeah,
Because because the divine is you living as you.
that's it.
So there's nobody else you need to be trying to please.
At all. Come on, at
Right,
all.
so there's nobody else that you need to be trying to be like,
Mm.
because the only person you're here to please is the divine, which is you. So
Which
in
is
everything that you're doing, you're supposed to have pleasure in that.
yes. Oh, come on. Here's the thing, too. This is why I say often, I was just telling my parents this the other day.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't subscribe to the illusionary emotions such as embarrassment and
Yes.
shame and guilt and all of those things, because to
Yeah.
me I call them illusionary, because there's not another entity on this planet that I should be embarrassed in front of, because we
Hmm.
all have human experiences and we all have things that
Yes.
we slipped in, we learned in, we tricked up in,
Hmm.
and all of the things. There's not a singular person on this planet that I should be ashamed in front of. None.
See?
Okay. So I don't I don't subscribe to any of the things, and I don't let others make me feel any type of way about anything that I've experienced, because it was through those experiences that I got to be who I became today. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's those experiences by way of those teachers that I had that fine-tuned me, okay? Whether it was good,
Yes.
bad, ugly, or indifferent, I thank
This,
them all,
yes.
because they were all necessary in the fine-tuning and me remembering and returning to
Yes.
my core, to
Yes.
my original
Yes.
coding. So I'm thankful for the things that others would deem embarrassing, okay? It is what it is.
Exactly.
Call me what you want to call me, but you're gonna call me free too. You're gonna call me free, you're gonna call me whole, you're gonna call me authentic, make sure you end with that, okay? So that's the thing. It's in the returning where
Yes.
peace lives, right? True peace.
Yes.
It's in
Yes.
the
Yes.
returning where love lives, because the more you
Uh-oh.
return to self, the more you
Yeah.
love self, because you love who you are, not who you're trying to be, not who society is
Yes.
trying to make you be, not what your mom and them the pressure that your mom
Mm-hmm.
and family want to put on you. No,
Yeah.
you love who you are. That's it. You
Exactly.
love that. That is pure, unadulterated love, untampered,
Exactly.
unhindered love. And that is, and the love that you have for you, the more love that you make in yourself as yourself, the more love you can exude out from yourself to the multitude. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And then
Yes. That's
others can
beautiful.
see that love and feel that love and identify what actual true love, not pseudo love, but true love looks and feels like. That's what
Yes.
you can. The only way that you can get to those things is when you return to your core. It's when you return to your
Exactly.
coding, when you return to your authenticity, when you
Yes.
free yourself of all of the other stuff that does not
Right.
belong to you. Okay, this stuff
Yes.
doesn't belong to you. These are things that you've adopted. These are things that you
Yes.
have got by way of, DNA inheritance, whatever the case, but
Yes.
they don't belong to you. With everything that
Exactly.
you've picked up along the way, there's an assignment to it. Finish the assignment and release it. Let it go.
Yes. Yes.
Let
Let
it
it.
go
Let
and
it.
get back to you.
Yes.
Get back to your core, your
Yes.
center. We are in this world, not of this world. We have to remember we are in it, not of it. In it, not
Right.
of it. Don't take on other identities, right? Be
Yes.
you, and as you, do the freeing, do the loving, do the living, do the
Yes.
experiencing,
Yes.
and all of those things. And by way of your demonstration, then
Yes.
others can see how to do it as well and return to their center.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
appreciate you, Dr. Lee.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna bring on Don Jackson right now. And I appreciate you,
Yes,
my sister. I
of
love you and
course.
thank you for adding to our conversation.
Yes,
Let's
ma'am.
listen to what Don gonna bring to the room.
Absolutely.
All right, sweetie. All right, Don, what's going on, my brother?
Hello, hello. How are
Hey,
you? How are you?
hey, hey.
Hey, hey. I tell you, just sitting back learning from you is always a pleasure. It's
Thank you,
always a
sir.
pleasure,
Thank
and
you.
I'm just overwhelmed.
Mm,
I feel you when you say the DNA before there was anything, everything was already perfect.
yes,
So before anything is written, the only thing was written was the architects.
exactly. The design. It
So
was
you
the
want to know
design.
what was the clean slate was the architects of nature of what we want to say.
Yeah.
So all of those things that what is conscious, what is God, that is you, because there is nothing else
Yes.
but you. So that's the clear architect. And then of course, like you explained to us so clearly, it's begin, because consciousness experiences itself, so things are begin to be written on those that DNA. And then it
Yes.
comes down when it comes down to our lineage all the way down, and then we're
Mhm.
packed with all this stuff. And you unpacked it so
Yes.
beautifully. Well, we got to wipe that slate clean and just remember that before there was anything, everything was complete, and there is
Yes.
always now. So that means everything is still complete.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing you can do about it because when the divine encoded you with that, the intention was for it to remain because that's how the divine recognizes itself embodied by that code.
Absolutely.
Imagine, imagine if we were able to tamper with that.
Whew. Oh my God!
Imagine
With
that
with the powers, with the powers that be, that would be scary. It's already.
and they tell us, oh, what was the big head alien? He did
Mhm.
some type of what do you call it, where they mixed the DNA and they changed the strands and all of that. And
Correct.
I'm like,
Correct.
no, they're telling you, science is telling you what their limits are. They
Correct.
cannot change DNA at its fundamental level.
You can't.
That's where
You
the
can't.
code is.
You can't. You
That's
can't
where the
change. You can't. And you can't change water. Water is just water. I mean, and it
it's
comes in many different
exactly.
forms. So whether it's mist, whether it's ice, Whether it's a whirlpool, it's still
Yeah,
water. So
it's
you
still
can't
water.
change. You can't change. All you can do is build with on the experience, and then
Yeah,
remember that you
exactly.
are all. You are
Mm.
all.
You, hey, brother, are you preaching? Are you preaching,
No,
Don
no,
Jackson?
you. That I am not a preacher.
We both came from that
Yeah,
lineage, though.
I
Come on, we
came
got
from
it.
that lineage. I can't tune up in my lineage, but no, I'm like you. I try to deconstruct from all of that and just be my original self, whatever that should come
Original
out to
song.
be.
That's right. The prodigal.
That's
That's
it.
it. That's
That's
all you get.
it.
I appreciate you so much and
I
thank you for the
thank you.
contribution because every voice is relevant because every person that speaks, I'm hearing the divine coming through. I
Thank
love
you
you, my
so
brother.
much.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Thanks, Doc.
All right. Anybody else want to come on the stage? Just let me know. We're going to do this for a couple more minutes, and then we're just going to go ahead and let you go. Yeah, Ruben was trying to get on here. Listen, y'all, that's my brother. I love that man. That's my brother. And he was trying to get on without his camera on. I saw him in the room, as they say, but for some reason we could not make that happen. So it's not because he did not have anything to say, but it was because technologically it just didn't work out. And Natasha, don't even try it. If you don't, I'm putting you on a spot. Here's the link. It's because of you and IKEA that this happened tonight. And we in 10 minutes, we off, we gone. So if there's any questions in the comment sections, Gwen, I saw you, sweetheart. I saw your, you said you're going to watch this again. I appreciate you. Everybody share the link and let people know about this live so that they can be just as, um, uh, they can be just as, the word, I don't want to say the word blessed by it, but I'll use that for lack of a better word, but it's so that they can be affected by it. Share this live. Ruben, Adam. Ruben, are you here? I see him trying to get in. Oh my God, I see him trying to get in. Oh. Natasha, while Ruben's trying to get in, click that link, sis. Click that link. I know you got something to say. Don't even try it because you and IKEA got me on this kick. They had me in a conference called The Great Remembering. And Lord have mercy, did I remember? Natasha Lee, my sister, are you there?
This is Natasha Ellison.
Oh no. Girl. Let's go.
I was like, let me get up here.
Get yourself up here, Bishop. Get up here. This is y'all doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes.
I was like, let me go ahead and get up here. You know, I was taking everything all in. Of course, it was powerful because it's you. You are divine.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
just revealing what was all in us and as us, and we're all in this together. And I'm grateful to be one with you guys. Each and every
Yes.
one of y'all. Just
Yes.
another
Exactly.
part of me. You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
another part
Yes.
of the whole.
I appreciate that because when I'm speaking to anybody from this type of setting, I'm always remembering that I'm not just speaking to you, I'm speaking to me because we're one.
Right.
And so whatever is coming out of me, it should connect with you, your frequency. It should connect on an energetic level. You should be vibrating with me. We should be shaken inside from the thunder of our divineness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you so much. I thank you for just sharing your voice because I want people to know it's not always the words we say, because we are vibrational beings. We're energetic and frequency beings at our core. And
Right.
so when we speak, we're not just putting out words, we're putting out energy. And
Right.
so I love you, my sister. I appreciate you. Look like
I,
everybody trying to get on here now.
I
Natasha
love
came on, I stirred everybody up.
Yeah, we're one in this. I'm excited. This is a conversation that definitely need to be had, a teaching that needed to go forth,
Yeah,
especially as we are evolving as a collect, not individually, but also collectively.
I hear you.
Um,
Yes.
and hey,
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
here
Yes.
for it. I am
Yes.
here for it. This gives me, when you start talking about the DNA, being able to read it and have it, we have we have writings. Everything is
Yeah.
written.
Yes.
That gives me another understanding of the epistle to be read.
Hmm. That's exactly right. And that's, to be honest with you, that's one of the foundations that I have carried with me out of the institution of religion, because we
Mhm.
are living epistles. We
Right.
are written and read of men, and we write on one another. It's
Right.
what we're writing that
Hmm.
matters, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I love that, because we are, there's, Jesus even said, the book, the everything that you're talking about in the book is about me.
Right.
The whole book is about us. This whole life, this whole construct of Gwen, I see you, don't go nowhere. This whole construct of the DNA is written, everything that is encoded in there is about us.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
about us. So if you ain't gonna become your own archaeologist, ain't nobody else digging in you for you.
You're right about it.
You know what I'm saying, sis? Nobody's
Yeah.
digging in for you. You got to go in and dig into through your own center to get to your core.
Yes.
So I'm so grateful, and thank you for coming on, because I love you. You know I love you, and
I
we're
love
gonna do this
you.
again.
Yes, most definitely. I've definitely I'm ready to run. I've rediscovered the other wings that I have. Um
Yes.
and so yeah, I'm excited, and I know we're all in this together. We rise together as one. So
Yes, absolutely. Well, I love you. And I'm going to
love you.
bring Gwendolyn up to the stage now. Thank you, Natasha. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right.
Okay. Listen, y'all, before I bring Gwen up, I have one thing I want to share with y'all before you go. So just give me 1 second, that we're going to bring Gwen on, and then I'm going to share this with you real quick, and then we're going to go. Gwen, my mama sister.
Well, hello, Dr. D. Can you hear
Hey,
me?
sweetie. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I
I
can hear
thought,
you.
oh, God bless you. I thought I had missed live. So I'm glad I realized it was live. This has been
No.
awesome. This has been awesome. Oh, my God. I appreciate you so much, Dr. D. And Bishop, I haven't talked to Bishop in a long time. That's my bishop right there.
Yeah, yeah,
Doctor, what can I say? When you begin to realize that just what she said, we are living epistles, we are everything,
we're
and
everything.
everything is us.
Come on now. What's
We
the
are
song?
not, oh, yes, and we are not just enough, honey. We are more than enough. And when
Yeah,
you recognize the greater one that lives within you is
it's you.
you, and when that begins to wake up and you begin to recognize and you begin to realize that, that's when you can really go forth and say, I know no weapon formed against me can prosper,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I am everything and
Yes,
everything is me. I
exactly.
am that I am. I have what I want because I have
Mm.
what I say. And we got to begin to live our lives like that. It's,
Yes.
I just thank God that's within me, the God that's within you, for
Mm-hmm.
setting us free from the bondage of religion that held us captive for so long that we were not allowed to be ourselves because we were trying to be
Yes,
everything we were told we had to be by our
exactly.
mama, by our daddy, by our grandma, by our grandpa, by our husbands, people that got wives. No, we are authentically ourselves. And when you find out who you really are, Can't
Mm-hmm.
nobody. If something might hit you for a minute and shake you for a minute, but honey, you gonna bounce right back.
Yes, that's beautiful, Gwen, because that's the whole point of the foundation of DNA is that no
Yeah.
matter what's written on you, no matter what you go through, you are never changed at your core.
No.
Love it. I
Not
love
not as
that.
not at your core, not at all. And
Not at
so
all.
ooh, I'm glad that I'm no longer in darkness, but I have become the light. But we
Yes.
had to go through the darkness to
Yes.
get
Everything, yeah,
to the
everything we
light.
go through. Everything
Everything,
we go through is necessary.
yeah, it's necessary. And you recognize and realize, had you not have went through those things, you wouldn't be who you are. And when you allow yourself to look in the mirror of yourself
Mm,
and
mm,
allow yourself to say, I don't care what anybody thinks
mm-hmm,
about my expanded consciousness, awareness, my
mm-hmm,
Christ consciousness, and
mm-hmm.
you don't care about that anymore, that battle is won.
Come on now. I'm on there. I always tell people, listen, this is one thing you got to remember. Even if you crazy, that is the divine experiencing crazy through you. Right? That's how deep this
Indeed.
gets. That's how,
Indeed.
if you're a murderer, the divine is experiencing murder through you. Now,
Mm,
somebody gonna say, "Oh no, that's sacrilege." Well, I've deconstructed the sacred already, so that don't bother me if you say that.
that's
I've
right.
deconstructed everything that we label as sacred. If you label something more sacred than you, then
Mm,
something's wrong with that.
mm.
Something is wrong with that.
That is
So
so very true.
yeah, so I am so grateful. It is 9 o'clock now. Thank you, Gwen.
Okay.
I love you,
I
sweetheart.
love you too. I love everyone. And thank you so very much. And
You
you
are
are
welcome.
appreciated and loved, Dr. Dorothy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
You're
thank you.
welcome. All
You're
right.
welcome,
Good
sweetie.
night.
Good night. So, Ruben, the reason we couldn't get you on because the system is saying you either have to turn on your camera or a mic, but you don't have to turn on both. So the system doesn't recognize you if you don't have on a mic or a camera. So listen, everybody, I want to say this and then we're going to go. I'm going to share my screen because I have been building some apps. I have 3 apps that I've built. One of them I'm going to share with you tonight, and I will make available for you because a lot of the conversations we were having tonight is in this app. And I think you'll be able to go into this library, dig deep, and you'll find everything in here on consciousness, deconstruction. You'll be able to have anything on human experience, transformation. I have created and designed over 200 different slideshows of my own. I am the author of them. Um, I use I use systems to build it. So I am I'm building apps. I have a academy called the Merge Academy where you can go in and take courses. You can a lot of the theories and things that I have written them in full blown academic papers. But tonight I'm going to share with you one. I want you to look at this screen and then we're going to go. It's going to take me just a second to share this screen. And you saw it tonight. But you see this screen. This is called this app is called Imago Dei Lab. It's the writing is kind of small, but up here you'll see the name of the lab is called the Imago Dei Lab, and it's a slide library. Inside this library, there is over 131 slides. And in each one of those slides, there's like 10, 15, 20 slides. And they're on everything from that I have studied, written about consciousness, deconstruction. There's general topics in there, which means that I don't know where to put it. There's human experience, some of the things we talked about tonight. There's also transformation. I still have 96 of these that I have not published yet or processed. So I'm hoping at least by the end of the month that I will have everything in here full. But as you can see, this library is loaded. There is a lot of information in here. And inside of here, you don't have to necessarily go through everything. There's a search bar up here. So if you want to search a topic, let's say you want to search a topic on DNA, everything that I have on DNA will come up. Everything that I have on consciousness, let's say you want to talk about consciousness, right? So everything that I have on consciousness, look at all the slides I have on consciousness. And if you go into one slide, this slide here is small, but it's normally a small video that kind of like gives you an entry inside of this slide deck. Once you get inside the slide deck, you are going to see the slide. You will also up here at the top be able to toggle, because sometimes people can't read what's on the slide. So you can literally toggle the slide, and what's written on the slide will be on the side written for you to be able to read it. And each slide that you go through, it'll show you the topic. You can enlarge the words if you need to. You can change the background if you need a brighter background. But this is something that I'm building, and I'm going to share it with the community. I will give you all the link to this app, and I want you to just sign up for it. It's a free app. I want every person to have access to this information. So I'm not charging you for this. It's a free app. At some point, my Cash App is up here. If you want to donate, you can do that. But I am going to share this with you within the next coming week. I will send you the link. It will eventually be in the App Store, but right now you can download it as an app, and you can just add it to your phone, or you can go through it on your desktop, because it has a desktop and it has a mobile app that you can use. So if that's something you're interested in, then just hit me up and I will give you access to this massive library. And I'm telling you, I still have stuff that I haven't put in here yet, but everything is in here. I've designed, I've created, and I've written the content. I use Notebook LM to create the actual slides for me, but the information belongs to me. I am the author and the copyright of that. But I want to share it with you all. So if you wanted to do a presentation, you can use this slide, any of these slides. Let me show you one slide that I thought that I really, really love. And I think it's under consciousness. No, it might be under human experience. Let me see. Yes, here it goes. And this is one of the slides that I was going to share through with Natasha's program. So this slide is on the ancient codes within. So there are probably 3 or 4 more slides in here than what I shared tonight on the ancient codes within. And you go inside when you go inside the deck, there is a description right here. And of course, you can go into the actual slide deck again and get the reading on the side. You can enlarge the letters, and so we're just making this available. So you let me know if you need it. You can donate, because I am building these apps through programs that I have to pay for, and I pay for them on a monthly basis. But I love you guys. If everybody's, like they say, if all your minds and hearts are clear, I'm going to let you go. And please give me your feedback. You can send me a message. You can continue to add to the comments. If you want another one of these type sessions, if you want us to go a little deeper in this topic, we can, or we can move on to any topic that you feel in your heart we need to talk about. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And after tonight, probably tomorrow, this stream will not be up, because it's going to go into a private space where only those who have the link will be able to view it. And so right now, night it is up. You are a part of it, so you get to experience this. But it's definitely going to go into another space on in the Merge Academy, so that those who join the academy will have access to this information. I love you guys, Teresa. I love you, Natasha Lee. Thank you so much, Natasha Ellison. Um, Bianca, um, Ruben, Don Jackson, Claudia, my sister. I love you so much. And every person that has come in here. I saw my sister Dorothy Inez. I listen. I can't even name everybody that's in the room, but I will say this: I love you guys, and I thank you all so much. And so we're gonna go. We will see you later. Good night, everybody.